TGTV, and more specifically, welcome back to a very sunny evening and Topaz Detailing here in London. You will no doubt have heard of Topaz Detailing by now, with good reason, and we will come on to exactly why I'm here very, very shortly. But I'm out today, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, I've just walked away from it. I'm out today, ladies and gentlemen, in the 911T. I realise the 911T has not been on the channel much of late. This video is going to involve all of you, every single one of you at home, and you guys are going to decide the fate of my 911T. You're all going to be involved in the journey, in the process, and ultimately what happens to this car. This isn't clickbait, this isn't nonsense. You will all be actively involved in deciding exactly what happens to this car. So then, without further ado, I'm going to take a stroll into Topaz. Actually, no, first of all, I'm going to talk you around the 911T. Some of you are new to the channel, so I'm going to talk around the car, because some of you may not have seen this before. Okay, so basically, it is a CARRERA T, as you can see. There are a number of options on it. I bought this car from new. Lots of you will remember this, so do bear with me if you're getting bored. But I have optioned the upgraded wheels. I've got OEM Porsche GT 5mm spacers. I've got PCC brakes. I've got the upgraded PLDS or PDLS or whatever on earth you call them, upgraded headlights with the 4 dots going around it. I've got actually, on the front there, I've got painted front lip as well. This was not a cheap spec. I went overboard on this car because as one of the last narrow-bodied kind of manual, lightweight kind of base Carrera type vibes, I just thought it was super, super cool. I'm going to keep this car and you'll see why I love it so much. In here then we've got yellow dials, we've got yellow sport chrono. I've done the inserts in the seats as well. Pepita houndstooth inserts in the 918 full carbon fixed buckets. These do not move, they are fixed. That is carbon all the way around them. Super, super cool. In the back here as well, I've gone for the seat delete, which obviously you get with the fixed buckets because they don't move or fold or do anything. On the back here then, a rare option on the CARRERA T because most people spec privacy glass. I don't like privacy glass on 911s. However, that is lightweight glass. From the GT 2RS, it sounds like plastic. Steering wheel then, full Alcantara. I did option some buttons in here, so there is some multi-function functionality in the wheel. I didn't go for a full GT steering wheel because this is kind of more of a daily. The pièce de résistance, and the fun bit about this car though, a manual gear stick. Do ignore that. A manual gear stick. This is a 7-speed, so effectively the 7th gear there is just overrun when you're on the motorway. It actually comes in nice and handy. You don't find it by accident. It's a very good box and it's got a shorter shift on it as well. Very, very cool. There's a limited slip diff on the car as well, which is different to the standard Carreras. It's got the PASM suspension, I believe, which is a 20mm drop all the way round. Coming around the car then, we've got decals on the side. That will change. More on that in a second. Come around the car then, you'll also notice it's got this grey detailing, a gate grey detailing throughout, all over here. So on the mirrors, the wheels obviously as well, and on the seats as well, the Pepita houndstooth in there is agate grey and white, so I've carried that theme on inside. Come around the back of the car then, there is a video actually, I've changed the box on the exhaust. So there's a Remus exhaust under here somewhere. I don't know if you're picking that up, who knows at this point. I kept the tip standard because I like OEM, again, more on that very shortly. And I've left the badges on the back, 911 CARRERA T. I've seen some people just leave Porsche on the back, it does look quite good. But all in all, oh, and I went for tinted tail lights as well. So options wise, it's a pretty loaded car. I love this car. I took it to the south of France last year, and it's kind of just been dormant really over the winter. I've not wanted to put too many miles on it. I've been too busy buying other cars, but it's now summer. It's time to get this thing out, and it's time to put my mark on it. So without further ado then, I've got completely distracted there. I just love this thing. The way it just sits, and I'm not going to quote Archie, just saying, look at it sat there, so much presence. The way it sits is just a classic 911 silhouette, and I think the 992 just makes this thing even cooler because the 992 is now all sort of fat body. You'll notice, let's come around the car once again, and I promise I'll get on with it now because I want you all involved in this video. It's a pointless video if you don't get involved. This is the narrow body, so it doesn't have the wide haunches. It is one of the last narrow body Carreras there is. Porsche, I don't think is going to be making them anymore. So it's a point in time. It's a lovely bit of kit. And look at the carbon back seats in there. Don't know if you can pick that up. Just so cool. Couldn't option those seats on a normal one. Hold on a minute. We're just going to lock it up here. Right then, let's get into Topaz then. I'm going to talk about exactly what I'm going to be doing to this car because I don't actually know. It's completely up to you guys and girls at home to decide what we are doing with this car. I'm a little bit nervous at this point because I'm handing the reins over to you lot. So I'm now in Topaz. They're going through a bit of a restoration at the moment. We've got some nice houndstooth seats down here. So I'm going to have a little look around. I'm going to try not to film anything top secret in here because they do work on some unbelievable pieces of kit. I'm just sort of... We have some work going on behind us. They do work on some unbelievable pieces of kit. So without further ado, let's get this video underway. Right then, you've seen around the facility then, I've just done some B-roll strolling around Topaz. You know that Topaz do PPF and detailing, but I've come upstairs, and yes, there is now an upstairs here. Last time I came here to their unit, it was kind of one story actually, full of the most ridiculous cars ever. The video's on my channel, but they've now put a second story in this facility here. And you have behind me here a yellow Urus, not just sat there, but that is a car lift. So that thing will now come up onto this story here, and this is where they are developing and are now pretty much at full swing with their brand new Topaz skin. And that leads me nicely onto what I'm going to be doing with my 911T. Again, before I get onto that, I just want to show you some of this facility because some of the tech here is ridiculous, and I can't believe what's happened to this place the last time I went here. It was only months ago that I've been here. I'm going to get onto what Topaz skin actually is, and this isn't an advert. I'm not being paid. My car is genuinely coming through here. It's going to have Topaz skin applied on it and all the rest of it. So bear with me, and I'm going to bore you with some paint related nonsense right now. Bear with me then as I get a little bit technical about what Topaz skin is and paint and all the rest of it. Effectively then, what it is, it's the best of all worlds. It's like having a respray and like having PPF, but without any of the real kind of costs associated with spraying the car, but the paint is changing color but also protected. So. I'm not explaining stuff very well because that is not one of my fortes. However, right then, I'm going to have to show you a little bit of it right here. We've got in front of us. Now then, I hope you're all paying attention. This is a piece of paint, believe it or not. Now you'll see there, that is a protective clear layer. That goes over the original paint. The color is then applied on top of that. So it'd actually be this way around. That's the finish. People are looking at me like I've lost the plot here. So you can see this clear layer, that's what goes on to the original paint. Then the color goes on, and then this clear protective lacquer goes over the top of that. And that's what gives it its self-healing properties. So effectively, you're getting PPF, you're getting a color in the middle, which gets amazing fleck and shine, which you'll see in a second. And then you get this clear protective self-healing lacquer on top. Topaz then have developed this technology themselves, along with the partner, their supplier. This technology was already available, but Topaz have kind of tweaked it and enhanced it, and they've kind of patented it and all the rest of it to make it up to Topaz standards. So this is extremely clever stuff. It doesn't look like it, but it's extremely... I don't have enough hands to show you how difficult this is to rip, but this ensures that A, the original paintwork is kept fresh, and B, it is totally removable as well. And also, stone chips and all the rest of it, your paint is completely protected as well, and it's self-healing, just like PPF is as well. Very clever stuff. And I want to talk as well at this point. I have never wrapped a car. I've never wrapped a car and changed the color of it. The only thing I've ever done is put PPF on a car. So this is new territory for me. And in case you haven't guessed it, in case the title and the thumbnail isn't clear enough, and my social media stuff hasn't been more obvious, I'm of course changing the color of the 911T. I've got 4 options then. I'm going to put them on the screen right now, if I can do that. I've got 4 options I want you guys and girls to choose from. Whichever gets the most votes, I will do. Okay? So it's completely up to you. I'm using a voting platform. It's called QT. You may well have seen it before in Shmee's videos. It is a very reliable, extremely good way of polling things and making sure everything's accurate, and everyone can vote in a fair and even way. So I'm leaving the link below. Make sure you go and vote. It is free, it is super simple to use, it is very, very, very easy. So I put all 4 options on there. Make sure you go and check them out. Make sure you vote. As I say, it takes 2 seconds to do it. It's free. Go and check it out. There's no ruse there. I'm not making money out of that. It's just a platform that I'm going to use, because I could say go and leave a comment, but counting through the comments and all that kind of stuff, and some of the stuff some of you say, it's just easier to go and put it in one clear, concise place. There's also some other questions on Qt about wrapping, about Topaz skin, and just some general discussion points as well. So go on over there, have a little chat, and let me know your thoughts on it all, because you need to choose the color basically. I've shortlisted 4. I kind of spoke to a few friends and said, what should I do? I like all 4 colors, but it's now down to you to choose. So the link is below. Make sure you go and click it and vote. As I say, it is free. I don't want anything from you. It's easy peasy. Make sure you go and check it out. There's loads of other things on Qt as well. So if you've got a spare few minutes, go and check it out, because you can get involved in all sorts on there. There's politics, it's carnage basically. Really, really cool platform. Anyway, without further ado then, I'm going to just waffle and just take you around a little bit more of this facility. So here we have the spray booth itself behind me. This kit is hundreds of thousands. There are dual spraying units in there or something. There's basically loads of kit in there, just a ridiculous amount of kit, and there's lifters in there as well, so the car can be lifted within that booth. Hold on, come with me, come with me. So I've been reliably informed that this kit here is just unbelievably complicated, and this is some of the room. As I say, it is at the moment in development. It's not completely finished yet up here, hence you can see it in kind of a state of flux up here. Things are still moving around, there's still a lot going on. And to be honest with you, the transformation of this size, I'm amazed they're kind of up to this much speed. But this is where the magic happens. And my 911T is going to be in here very, very soon. I'm going to come and vlog it being in here. I'm going to vlog it being sprayed. I'm going to capture everything that goes on with the car. As I've touched on before then, I've never wrapped a car. I've never really been into wrapping. I've never really understood it. I've only ever really put PPF on a car. I love OEM paintwork. I love a nice finish on the paintwork. I like looking after paintwork. I don't like swirls. I'm into detailing. I like all that kind of stuff. And it takes a lot for me to be at the stage where I trust a company enough to change the color of one of my cars. And this probably won't be the last car that I have the color changed on. This is probably going to be the first of many. So I'm super, super excited. Topaz have been in the game about 10 years now, and they've moved into this color change project. It's color change business. After studying the market for years and years and years and developing the product, and only at the point at which they're happy with it, they've now released it. So I have the utmost confidence in them. I've used them many, many times. A load of my friends use them, and it's going to be great. I've seen some of the finished results, and it's unbelievable. It is exactly like paint, except it peels off. It's crazy. There is a test panel over here. I can't actually show you it because it's a one-off paint that someone's developed, and that's the other thing as well you can do here. They can literally make any paint at all. So you can just say, you know, I want purple with blue fleck in it or something awful, and they'll just do it. So even if you don't have any taste, they'll still do it. They'll probably advise you not to, because they want tasteful things to be leaving here. But hold on. So we've got a 16M here that's been done. Again, you just wouldn't know whether that was paint or not. Again, this as well, that is a Porsche PTS color, that is dolphin gray. Again, it looks like it's just been through a respray, but the magical thing is you can just take all of that off. Mental, absolutely mental. And the original paintwork beneath it will be absolutely spot on. And the other thing as well, I've heard people saying, oh, you know, they're taking the panels off, rah, 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 you know, isn't that bad for the cars or whatever? Well, no, panels are made to be taken off. That's the whole point of the fact that they've got bolts on them. And also the guys they have employed here, they have kind of Porsche master technician bloke. I don't know his name actually, but yeah. Nothing leaves here with wonky panel gaps or anything like that. Topaz are absolutely fastidious about their levels of detail and their QC processes before things go out. Again, I wouldn't just give my car to some random chop shop that was going to just mess around with it and send it out with wonky panels and missing bolts. Testament to that is the fact that there's a Bugatti EB110 here, and that is going a ridiculous colour. I'm not going to ruin the reveal on that, but that's going an unbelievable colour. And I mean, these things are about £1 million. Everything, as you can see here, is being protected before it goes into the spray booth. I'm disrupting this chap at work. Sorry, mate. Apologies, you annoying YouTuber here waffling in your ear. But yeah, the fact there's a Bugatti EB110. They've also worked on a Singer, Max Siege on Instagram, and also Andy B, Andy74B, I believe, on Instagram, on his 488 Challenge car as well. So there'll be lots of cool kit coming through here. So keep your eyes peeled on social media for Topaz's posts about what they've got coming through. But I can't wait for this one to go through the spray booth, and of course my own 911T. So then I'm now back outside as the sun sets here at Topaz. I just want to recap then your 4 options for my Carrera T. Option number 1 then is PTS Ruby Star. It is a historic, these are all PTS colours. So that is kind of like a pinky flat colour. Hopefully there'll be a render on the screen. They are just renders at this point. It'll look nothing like that really in the flesh. Option number 2 then is PTS Viola Metallic. That is kind of a purpley colour. It's probably a little bit lighter than the render there. Your 3rd option then is PTS Mint Green. Some of you will have seen that colour before. Actually, in fact, you will have seen all of the colours before. And your 4th option then is PTS Gold Metallic. I saw a GT2 RS in this colour and it looked absolutely sick. It's got a nice old school vibe to it. It's just rich. I love it. All of those options then, I personally really like. To be honest with you, if you pick any of them, I'll be happy. So it's really interesting to see what you go for. As I say, the links are below. Make sure you go and vote on that. I'll be counting up the votes. I'll give it a few days or maybe a week, who knows. I'm gonna come back to Topaz when the car is being worked on. We'll get some spray cards made up. We'll show you what the paint looks like and we'll get this process all fully documented. I'm super excited. There's also going to be some decals on the car as well. You'll see on the car then I've gone for some decals as well. Kind of replacing the Carrera T decals that are already on the car. Do let me know. The thing is with QT as well, you don't just pick a colour, you let me know your thoughts as well. Am I doing the right thing? Changing the colour of it? Should I have left it racing yellow? Do I need different decals? Should I get the wavy Carrera down the side? I want to hear your thoughts on everything. And QT, I'll be able to filter on everything you've said on that platform because it's extremely clever. I'll bore on about how much that platform does another time. But for now, with the Carrera T and its impending colour change here at Topaz, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you get involved and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.